As we just heard, we all need to get more exercise, even if it's something as simple as getting out for a walk every day.
That assumes, of course, that we all know how to walk correctly, that is. Well, it turns out most of us may have a lot to learn about that, to say nothing of running.
You center yourself physically, okay, and mentally, so you're able to sharpen your mind, okay, at the same time as you're being able to learn how to run and move efficiently and safely.
Chris Griffin is a master instructor of something called Chi Walking and Chi Running. Both programs combine the inner focus of Tai Chi with the physical movements of walking and running.
You're aligning within your own body, you're also aligning with the forces of nature. So the very first thing you're going to start off with is posture. You want to start from your feet and move north, because these are where your roots are, your foundation. You look down at your feet, and most people's feet are splayed out a little bit, to one degree or another. So if my foot's turned out to the side, every time I take a step, watch my knee. My foot's going that way, and my kneecap is going that way, all right? If you take an average of 1,200 steps per mile, what's that doing to your knee? Okay? It's torquing your knee. The last part of my body to leave the earth is that one big toe joint. All your weight's on that one little joint. You're going to get bunions and blisters down there, okay? If you feel pain in your lower ITB down at your insertion by your knee, okay, that's caused by having your foot turned out, because if you're taking a step like this, it's actually collapsing and crushing the ITB down there. The way to correct that, right, is if you're standing here and you notice your feet are turned out, okay, actually pick up your feet and rotate them in. Your feet are turned out like this, okay, and you feel like, you know what, I can turn them in about that much, and I can go off and walk for about 30 steps until I feel like I need to go back to how I was walking before. That's okay. Then the next day, 31 steps, and the next day, 32 steps, and so on, until your feet come into alignment. There is no rush. You always want to meet your body where it's at, okay? Have a goal of where you want to go, but be incremental and intelligent about how you get there. Your body has an amazing ability to adapt if you do it incrementally.
I met Chris at a class at the Kapalua Life Fest on the island of Maui. Chris was trained by Danny Dreyer, the founder of Chi Walking, Chi Running, and he gave me a whole new perspective on the proper posture for both walking and running.
So you've aligned your feet. Okay, now you want to lengthen your spine, so the hand on the belly, 2 fingers under your collarbone, get your torso long without throwing your shoulders back or up. Good. Immediately, you notice your breathing capacity increases. So let yourself go completely and feel what happens to your lung capacity. You just kind of hunch over, right? So some people have breathing issues. First thing I have them do is check in with their posture. Use the full length of your lungs. Now, most of us when we go running are upright when we run, okay? And if you're running upright, physics says, right, if I'm running upright, what's happening? My head is bobbing that way. My body's heading up and down. I'm trying to go that way. Okay, when you're upright, your foot strike is in front of you. When that happens, all right, your knee winds up becoming a shock absorber. If you have strong legs, it'll go into your hip, it'll go into your back. Somewhere along there, there's a weak link that it'll find. And if you don't feel it immediately, over time, usually you wind up having to give up running because it's hard on your body. It is if you're running the old way, okay? So it's not the fact that we run, it's the way that we run. That's the good news. Energy efficiency, okay? If I'm running upright, my foot strikes in front of me, it's like putting on the brakes. So it's hurting your entire body all the way up through here because it has to take the effects of that. Then you're vaulting over this leg and landing and doing it all over again, okay? That's what's happening when you're upright. When you're falling forward, guess what? You're letting your knee be a hinge. That's what it was designed to do. And my feet are going to go in the direction the road was already heading. I'm cooperating with that force. Chi running is a mindful practice. It brings mindfulness and intention into what you're doing, which can serve you in the greater part of your life. But being aware of your posture can be one of the biggest gifts out of this. If that's all you took, it can serve you for the rest of your life.
It was a very interesting experience, that class. One I wish I would have had years ago.
Yeah, it looks to me like this is a technique that goes way beyond physical movement into what can actually be a meditative practice.
That's exactly right. That's the goal of Chi Walking and Chi Running, is to engage you at the core level in a mind-body fitness program.
Oh, great. Well, if you'd like to find out more about Chi Walking, we have the link for you on the Healing Quest website.